In 2011, global box office receipt was 32.6 billion US dollars. International box office is up by 7%. That is 35 increase in 5 years. The world's audience are more curious about Arab films than ever. Within the last year, the number of specialized Arab programming at festivals such as Cannes and Berlin has risen. Who would have thought 13 Arab films would feature at TIFF 2011 and more? Nadine Labaki's Where Do We Go Now would even win the audience prize.
We're hopeful that we may be one of the tools of changing the dynamics of the industry here, which might be a bold claim to make, but we've only been around for a year so far. We see Variety Arabia first and foremost as a communication background for the industry here. We believe we can provide information about what's going on in the industry, and this will hopefully stimulate the business of the industry, bringing creatives together with financiers and talent in touch with producers and directors.
It feels really good, good vibes, great crowd. The mix is very interesting across the value chain of the filmmaking, producing industry. The meeting was very interesting people from across the globe. We do work with investors, foreign investors from Russia, from the UK, from Australia, from China. It's much easier there because they're used first to a model of operation. You don't have the local and the social restrictions that we face here sometimes. And they've already had a positive experience with the industry, making money.
I'd like to believe that anybody who watches world cinema with subtitle is equally happy watching a Hindi or a Bengali film as opposed to a French or a German or a Spanish film. But yes, if those films could be told in this language, it would be nice. And we're actually flirting with a couple of such subjects which will be in the English language. The small independent Indian films, of course, would crave and do want to go international and be seen by more people around the globe, and that's something that our company is actually trying to take the leadership position in. We seem to touch on all the prevailing important topics of the day, from upstream content production all the way down to downstream distribution platforms. Well, I mean, any content producer is going to say that illegal downloads, pirated DVDs, pirated movies, all of those things are anathema to us, and that's obviously true. But you have to look at it from different perspectives. I mean, I can definitely understand a Hollywood producer of a tentpole $200 million film, who spent another $200 million on P&A spend marketing that film. I can understand that he's hugely sensitive to the fact that, a big portion of his revenue stream is being carved out illegally through downloads or pirated DVDs. Totally understandable because they can quantify that. But you look at it from another point of view as a small independent filmmaker, or someone who owns a very niche or specialized type of content, the fact that this content gets proliferated across a wide audience base, and if it's good content becomes viral, it can actually work to your advantage.
All these summits are really great. It gets people to keep thinking and not to actually kill a thought or a principle in all this business. The market by itself is still a domestic market. It's not considered a domestic market as a region. Lebanon alone, Egypt alone, Saudi or Gulf alone is a domestic market by itself. People would relate to their stories and to their lives. When we say television, we say mass. We don't say niche, we don't say people with high income brackets. We say people who want to consume entertainment at free of charge. And that's the only way for the advertisers or the broadcasters to collect their money back is through advertisers. So it's all about eyeballs, and that's the challenge here is whoever produces the TV movie here, the only language I believe can actually unite all the region is the music language.
What's so special about this summit is everyone here is specialized and professional, and very limited important people, which it's very important to chat with them and discuss all the issues related to the cinema industry, especially in this region. We are in VOD as a distributors. We have the whole rights, as you know, we have the TV VOD and the theatrical rights. But what we are doing now, myself and our partner is maybe, as you know, Kuwait National Cinema Company is a partner with the Front Row Entertainment here in Dubai, and we are thinking about new ways of trying to limit the effect of the piracy.
I hope it helps develop the industry, and it creates good discussions that can help movie makers get movies made. No, I mean the international films that come here mainly because of location, and it's important. There are two sides to the industry. The one is the international side, so it's important to attract those type of films, but it's also at the same time important to develop local films.
The problems that distributors and filmmakers, also exhibitors, are facing, and obviously the new aspects of the business, of the media, and so on. These are things that people, should start knowing if they really want to develop a film industry, because there is a big business behind it, and I'm sure it can only expand. And through these summits, I think this is the right way to start educating people. My passion, and I would love to keep that department going, is independent film. The challenges are infinite. They're huge. There's a lack of education. That's one thing. And obviously through these films you tend to educate people too. The media is not doing it. All sorts of media actually are not doing it. And we try to sort of bring in social issues and so on, which a lot of the times conflict with censorship. That's one thing. And at times also with distribution of the actual film. It took us a while to be able to sell, for example, to TV stations theatrical documentaries, or even cinemas to release documentaries. We were the first company to release a documentary in theaters over here, which was with a film called Fahrenheit 9/11. But it took us 3 months of negotiations with theaters to sort of accept them to release to have an acceptance, or have them accept that the film would be released in theaters over here, as well as throughout the whole Middle East. You talk to a lot of filmmakers and they tell you they would love to talk about social issues over here, but they're scared. So I think one of the worst forms of censorship is self-censorship. It just damages creativity big time.
To tell you a bit about Dubai and where we are today, as we all know that the industry started basically back in 1966 when the first oil field was discovered in the city of Dubai. Giving you some statistics, starting from 2008 till about end of 2011, we have managed to attract about 215 films to Dubai from all over the world, being Hollywood or being Bollywood, China, UAE, and the region as well.